All right, daily update on my 1000 day challenge. This is day 323, so let's get things started. All right, so first and foremost, you'll notice the balance is up by around 100 and purely based on the experimental trade setup over here. And the reason why it's up is actually based on two short trade that entered for both Ethereum and Bitcoin. Also at the long setup, there was actually trigger of stop loss for Bitcoin itself, so that explained the $100 net after the 1R loss itself. So I profited 3R and I lost 1R, so net it was actually 2R kind of profit, which is actually $100 itself. All right, so other than that, if you're looking in terms of the market structure update itself, on the weekly chart itself, things still looks to be relatively similar. No major change in terms from last week to this week. So you notice this is exactly the same. If you look in terms of daily chart itself, you can see some sort of weaknesses, especially in terms of S&P 500 and also for AHR itself. So for S&P 500, actually broke below the 50 simple moving average and is still trending below. So we could see potential retracement and pullback into this 150 simple moving average or even lower. How far it could go is very hard for me to say for certain. In terms of clear support wise, previously it was around here because it was based on the daily support you can see over there. And right now, could it fall right over there? Potentially, yes. If you're looking in terms of support wise, I would say right now this could be a potential support. Because not only would that be forming a very nicer higher low, it will also be at the 150 simple moving average just as well. All right, so let's just remove those in between for now. Yeah. All right, so with that said, just a very quick run through in terms of that. Oh, wait, that's actually the daily chart itself. So I just want to be clear. Yeah, basically we are breaking below, okay, so sorry. So if you look into this, we actually broke below the 50 simple moving average on the daily charts. Potentially we could retest over here, or if we have some sort of further retracement and pullback, the next potential support will be somewhere near here, which is both in terms of horizontal daily support and also 150 simple moving average on the daily chart itself. All right, and a quick check in terms of Nasdaq itself, things still looks to be a little bit more bullish in that sense, as we are maintaining above this price right above the daily horizontal resistance, and also the 20 and 50, 20 exponential moving average and 50 simple moving average. So that's something to bear in mind. Right, so AHSR itself, like what I mentioned, is definitely then a little bit more bearish in the sense that we have actually now below 3 moving averages itself, and we are in between the 50 and the 200 simple moving average. So as long as we remain over here, I do lean towards some sort of bearish momentum, especially if we do consolidate over here, as we are coming in from a bearish kind of momentum to this area of support itself. So if we do have a strong bounce, that would be great. If not, then potentially you can see the increase in volume itself could potentially break this support and we could see lower low itself. So there will be a much change in terms of shift in terms of momentum overall. And for KWAP itself, like what I mentioned, it definitely does look a little bit more bearish, especially we've been trending near this support region for extended period of time. Previously over here, same thing, we only spent one time testing it and then we blast off to a decent support. But right now, if we do have a support itself, we have a very nice clear resistance right around here. So it'll be very interesting to see whether is it strong enough to push above it. If it is, and it must push above this $71 region as well, in order for me to shift towards a more bullish kind of a momentum shift. Otherwise, I do lean towards further bearish kind of bias. And for Bitcoin itself, you can see that yesterday we have a very nice bearish candlestick itself continuation pattern. So today, can you potentially have a bounce that says potentially yes, but it's very hard to determine where it can bounce to, but I would say a clear resistance to be at the 20 exponential moving average, which is currently at around 37.8K itself. So 37.8K will definitely prove to be a key resistance right now. And if you look over here itself, we're also having a death cross that is forming right now. But do bear in mind that we have a distance and gap between the price itself and the death cross region, which generally doesn't mean it's that bearish after all, because it could be factored in right now. So what it could be, you could also have a very nice bounce towards this death cross region itself as we cross over itself. So the crossing confirmation would likely only come today itself, whereby the 50 is actually likely to close below the 200 simple moving average itself. All right, so with that said, in terms of the potential setup itself, on the 4-hourly chart, want it to actually go right again and retest this 150 simple moving average. And if it actually has a weak volume going upwards with a strong rejection itself, potentially this would be a potential short setup, whereby you could go once there's a break over there, wait for a nice bearish market structure, a small bearish market structure, perhaps on the smaller time frame, and this will be perhaps a potential short setup with this kind of risk to reward setup itself. So the reason why I put over here is here's the conservative kind of region, because here will be a support region itself. So you want to potentially have some decent profit taking over here, and you could actually trade your stop loss right over here just as well. All right, so with that said, I've come to the end of today. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop by your comment below. Otherwise, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.